Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back inside the Credit Union Place Center here in Summerside, Prince Edward Island for game number 3 of a 5-game set here at the 2025 Showcase. This game featuring the Western Flames and the Greenfoot Capitals. The Flames in their black jerseys going left to right, and the Capitals in their whites going right to left. My name, Matt Dudelay for High Button Sports. We thank you for tuning in, and we're happy to have you here with us for this one. Another brisk Sunday here on the island. Another action-packed day of hockey, and that's just how we like it here at High Button Sports. Caps are going to get in here and get the first touches of the game. It's back to the point. Harlan's now didn't have a lane to the net, so she fires it in deep. Prince had that bounce over her stick. Driscoll, 2 goals in yesterday's game. Had that puck bounce away from her. Now as that's going to be held in at the line by Wilkie. Shot there was stopped by the starting goaltender here first for the Flames, number 29, Rylan Arbo. And for the Greenfoot Caps is number 79, Liliana Oliveira. Caps once again down inside the Flame zone. Walter able to hold the line as she pushes it back down inside the zone. In behind the goal now. Claire Boursier fires it around to the far side. Unable to get it out as Parsons was able to hold the line on the right side. Into the right corner. Outlet pass for Cook. Johnstone wasn't quite there yet, so it's going to be a turnover just inside the zone now. Kearney. We had a pregame interview there, as you saw on your screen. Keep an eye out here in a few moments on the social media pages as she reflects on her U18 experience. Of course, we had that celebration of those 6 ladies that suited up here in the Maritime Major Girls Hockey League that took home silver at the Nationals. We touched on it a few times so far, but just trying to get everyone's a little bit of insight on what they brought home, what they learned, and just the overall experience. And, of course, a random added question in as always, so keep an eye out for that as we get back to gameplay here. Taken back the other way now. And over the line, O'Dane tried to get it towards the goal, but it was picked off. Now it's going to be pushed to the left side here by the Flames. Trying to exit the zone, unable to do so. Now they will, no they won't. Back to the defender. And now the Caps are just going to pump that one back down inside the Flame zone as it lands in behind the goal. Down deep now. Kelly working around all the way back up to the point. Shot there through a crowd. Arbo kicks that aside. And it's going to be pushed in behind the goal once again here. Lawrence, she'll skate with it. Takes a whack there from Power. Lawrence gets the red line, runs out of real estate. Turns the puck over now as the Caps trying to go back the other way here through the neutral zone. McHenry dumps that in the zone. Down there for it is Sydney Power. She couldn't come away with it. Now as McKinley Doolin's going to fire one through the middle. Summers now in a foot race here. She's going to get there first. Quick shot there, save made, and Oliveira will hang on. And that's our first whistle of the game here. 3 minutes and 20 seconds into it, so good pace of play to start this one. Face off to the right side of Oliveira. Down in the corner, worked in behind the goal now. Back up to the point, activating there and holding the line for a moment, but now the puck is going to go back the other way as Jodry. Chipped off the wall. That's going to go all the way down the length of the ice. That was off the stick there of McKinley Doolin. She had seen enough and made sure that that one got up and out. They will be charged with an icing here. So we'll head back down inside the Flames end zone, just to the left of Arbo here for the face-off. Right off the draw, sneak play in front there. They tried to sneak one by the Flames. They weren't able to collect. Partnered across. Chipped off the wall. Driscoll. Got a stick on it there for a moment. Now Dooland fires it through the middle. Goes all the way to Leslie here for the Capitals. And directly up the left side. Jodry now. She'll find that loose puck. Carries it in behind the goal. Waiting for some recruits. Bank passing behind the goal now is Beaton. Beaton turned it over to Johnstone, who will reverse it back the other way. Off the glass, up to the blue line. That'll bounce over the stick of Leslie, and that's going to get all the way down into the Cap zone. Polche's on the forecheck. Payne almost blew a tire there. Payne still with it. Johnstone in on the forecheck. Something you'll probably hear me say quite a bit here in this game. To the blue line. And it comes out for a moment, but it's going to be pushed right back inside the zone. Lands it behind the goal now. Outlet pass. Stretch pass now. Out to the neutral zone. Parsons pulls it. Goes back to the D here. And she'll return the favor. Once again, Parsons up the left side. Kearney dumps that in, and she'll complete the forward change here. She heads to the bench now as Cook takes the outlet pass on the right side. Cook through the middle. Onto the stick there. It's going to be dumped in. Oliveira lost it for a moment there. It just came rolling off her pad. She thought she had it covered. As Asbridge couldn't get it out. Now Wilkie rims it around to the far side. Dowling moved it up the left side as O'Dane now. She'll pump it in deep. Asbridge on the right side. O'Dane on the left. They're going to come away with the puck here, but it's stolen away by the Flames. Up to the point. Harland holds a line. Shot towards the goal. That gets by everybody. Back to the point. Wilkie walks. Fires it back down low. Asbridge had it bounced off. Now is a lively sideboards there. Push that puck right into play. Towards the net now. Tipped in front there. That one just goes wide. Chipped off the wall. Caps have to be careful here as they almost had too many on the ice, but they let it go. So that'll negate the icing here as Harlan goes back to collect here. She takes a bit of a bump. Now pass through the middle. That'll go off the skates. Flames looking to counter. And that's going to go up into the bench area there just across from us. 13:31 left to go here in the first period. Good pace to start this one. So now that face-off is going to come back down inside the Greenfoot zone. Puck down, tied up off the draw. Shot towards a goal. Oliveira the save. The rebound loose. They score. Kenna Easton on the doorstep is going to strike first here for the Flames. A loose puck bouncing out into the slot, and she's right there on the doorstep, and that will open the scoring here from Credit Union Place. Back to center ice we go. Driscoll wins that draw back. She's going to try and be an option here. Swoops through. Driscoll with Jodry down the left side. Tries to slide it through. Couldn't get it off the skates. Great play there by number 11, Riley Feltmate. Back to the point. Shot there. Arbo. That one goes through the legs, and we're tied just like that. Just as they start to announce the Flames goal, that one slides through Arbo, and we are back to square one now. Well, it looks like it's Marley Payne who will lead the charge there on the flyby. That's usually a tall tale sign of who scores. Sometimes it, however, is wrong, but we'll wait to hear the official call. But as of now, Marley Payne ties things up here for the Caps. Kimball off the glass, out into the neutral zone area. Harland right back up the strong side. Jodry runs into Kimball. Cook in to help. She'll push it back out into the neutral zone. Dumped in there by Polche's. And on the chase they go, but it's going to be Harlan that gets there first. She'll rim it around for Jodry. Jodry through the middle. Nearly turned it over. Now Driscoll with some speed. Look out for her down the right side. Once again, Jodry at the back post in front there. She got a stick on it, and that one just trickles wide. Cook is going to fire that one down the ice, and that's going to go down for an icing. That's where you got to take that extra half full step there. Your feet don't have to be over the red line, but that release point of the puck with your stick, ideally you get it over the red line on the release, and that'll get rid of the icing. Now the Flames line out there stuck, won't be able to change. So we'll have a face-off now as Kearney and Johnstone on the draw here. Back for Walter at the left point. Cook blew a tire. That gave Walter an extra time. Kearney walks in. Shot there. Tried to go blocker side. That one goes off the end wall. Now it's going to be looped around the ball. Walter now with it. Down deep. Half wall now as Beaton punches it deep. Kearney on it. Johnstone on her. Back up for Walter. Walter feeds Kearney. She'll loop around the zone now. Right through the middle of the ice. Now on the right side. Got the dots. Shot there. That one goes wide and far on the far side there is Walter now. Once again holding the line. Bouncing puck gets by everybody. Centering pass. Kearney not quite there in the lane yet. Parsons now with it. Johnstone. Leaning on her opponents here as that comes all the way around the stanchion there on the wall. Walter once again. Parsons takes it away. Walter couldn't hold the line this time. That puck gets up on its side. Didn't quite have enough for icing. Now a centering pass. We poke through the middle of the ice now. Gauvin, she'll fire one in on goal. Oliveira is going to find that. She'll corral it, and she will hang on. 11:13 left to go here in the first period. So Lawrence going to be tossed from the draw here, so we're going to have a new center for the Flames. So we got to figure it out now. Puck back to the point. That's going to bounce over the stick of Gauvin. As Dowling back the other way. Asbridge with her. Dowling all alone. Shot there, and that one goes well high up over the goaltender and off the glass. Looked like the puck maybe came up on its side there. On the release point. It's Asbridge now. Working out of the corner. Turns, fires, that one goes wide. Leslie was sneaking in there, wanted that pass. O'Dan now on the loose puck. Chip back down inside the zone. Approaching the 10-minute mark here of the first period. Chipped up. Looked around out of the corner. Dowling couldn't come away with it as it's going to be roped off the glass now as Payne, tipped in front. Dowling got a stick on it. She'll find the loose puck to bounce over her stick. Flames looking to go back the other way. The goal scorer, Eason, fires across ice. Nelson headed for a change, so she wasn't able to collect the puck. Leslie through the middle. Good outlet pass there as Kelly back the other way. Kelly now centering through the crease. Nobody home for the Capitals. McHenry now. She'll hang on, moves it over to Power. Power loops around the zone, spin around move. She'll get around Summers. Fancy footwork there. Sydney Power still with it. Nice second move there, and the puck squirts away from her. That's Wilkie now. She'll get around Doolan at the point. Went for the shot and fanned on it. Now McKinley Doolan back the other way. She'll cut back to the left side now. She'll have a step. Doolan, cut back move. She's leaned on. Still has the puck. Just had it poked away now as will initiate contact down there on the left side. Doolan looking for that loose puck. Trying to tie up. Opportunity there. Couldn't get the shot off. Now rolls through the crease. McHenry looking for that outlet pass. Too far for her to reach. Back down inside the Cap zone it goes. Just past the stick of Harland. Oliveira out to play it. Moves it across for Wilkie. Wilkie will reverse it back the other way here for Harland. Looking for the outlet pass for McHenry on the left side. McHenry taking on 3 Flames jerseys here, and that's going to be Polchi's finding that loose puck, and she's going to send it in deep. Wilkie back for it now. Up the right side. Icing's got to be waved off here, and it is. Arbo out to play it. Johnstone back. First one back here to collect that puck as the Flames were finishing a defensive change. Boursier around the wall. Now Jodry steals a shot there. She scores. Quick strike, and the Capitals take the lead off the stick of Jodry, who just fired one on the low glove side. That real tough position to stop is a goaltender right above the pad, just under the arm, and just like that, the Caps take the lead. Puck's going to be dumped in here by the Flames. Sorry about the silence there for a second, folks. Walters through the middle for Driscoll. Driscoll with a head of steam. She's mauled going down the wall. Play continues. Dooland looking for her outlet. She finds it. Through the middle was Folks. Govan now. She'll step into one as she fires that deep, and her and Kimball will head for a change. Dooland. Back up top to the point. Boursier back for Dooland. Dooland across the top of the circle. Couldn't hang on to the puck. Now is Kearney back the other way. One-on-one. Couple trailers coming. Shot there, Arbo the save. Not a bad idea from Kearney there. Trying to work up to the point. Stolen now is Dooland once again. Dooland chips that off the wall. That's going to go all the way down the ice, but it's not going to have enough for icing here as Harlan will hustle back. Harlan fanned on the clearing attempt. Soft pass up the left side for Kearney. Can't hang on as that's going to be dumped back down inside the zone. Harland with Johnstone on her. Pushed out into the neutral zone. Going to be ripped back in there by Kate Cook. And over the line go the Caps. O'Dane. She's got Dowling at the back door. Tried to feed it there, but it ends up in behind the net. Now Asbridge coming in late from the bench, and she couldn't hang on. Flames now. Dumping it in. You can hear everybody yelling deep as Cook was able to do just that. Now it'll be pushed outside the zone into the neutral zone area. Feltmate. She'll spin off a forechecker. Up the strong side here. Johnstone couldn't handle as Walter picked it up. She fires it across now for Wilkie. Wilkie left side for Dowling. Enters the offensive zone and not before they get charged on the offside here. So 6:14 left to go here in this first period. A 2-1 lead now for the Caps. The Flames scored the first goal of the game off the stick of Kenna Eason. And since then, the Caps have scored 2. Puck is down. Works through the middle now. Lawrence with a step there, but she had the puck poked off her stick as Wilkie heads back for it. Reverse play for Walter. Walter around for McHenry. McHenry through the middle. Couldn't connect with her teammate as it's pushed back down inside the zone. Flames will have to regroup here in the neutral zone. Chipped off the wall. That'll get by everybody, but Kimball will find it. Top of the circles in her defensive end. Bank pass for Eason. Couldn't find it. It's Power trying to get free. Back the other way is Lawrence. She's going to give chase, but it's Payne back for it here. Goal already in this game. Leslie, spin around. McHenry. Will fire a cross ice pass right onto the stick there of Prince. Prince delay. Driscoll. Cross to the right point. A shot coming. Didn't quite make its way to the net. Now as Doolan picks up the loose puck. A little bit of a pile up down here in front of us. Excuse me. Through the middle of the ice. Folks couldn't hang on. A little back and forth here through the neutral zone. Now is Jodry. And over the line. Down deep. Prince now. Oh, front. Driscoll takes a cross check in front. Swiping at it. Couldn't get the puck to her teammates. Summers going to get the red line. She's going to get it in deep. Cross ice pass for Jodry. You're going to get the red line, get it in deep. Arbo will get a stick on it as that's just going to sit there. Kearney in to grab that puck first. Johnstone on the defensive side. She's going to try and peel it out. Now she will. She's tangled up. Poked off the stick. Aislinn Kearney tried to center, but it was Cook who comes away with it here for the Flames. She's got Polchis with her. Down the left side, she feeds her on the left side half wall. Cook in behind the goal now. Reverse play for Polchis. Tries to center right away off the stick of Wilkie. And behind the goal now, looking for the centering pass. Johnson was in the slot. Back for Felt, made a shot there. The rebound's loose. Banged at. Oh, what a save. Liliana Oliveira flashing the leather. And she's going to keep this at a 2-1 hockey game. She slid across in a hurry. Right to left lateral movement. And what a save there from the Capitals netminder. So 3:32 now left to go here in the first. Another good chance there from the Flames, but they couldn't beat the goalie. Trying to reverse it back. Leslie in to help out. She'll come away with that puck. Moved it up the right side. Asbridge. Ooh, and a tumble there from Kimball, but it looks like she's going to be okay. Walter back. She's going to move it up the strong side for Asbridge. Nice chip play there. 2-on-1 forming now. Turns into a 1-on-1. Pull, drag, shot there. That one just goes high and wide. Dowling towards the goal. O'Dane looking to come in and steal that. Back to the point. Fanned on it. Asbridge trying to get a shot off. Now Dowling. Puck poked away. The left side. Nelson is going to get the red line. She's going to pound that in deep. 2:45 left to go here in the first period. Payne back for it here for the Caps. Up the left side. Dowling takes the outlet pass. She's going to continue through the neutral zone. Chip and chase. Smith there meets Dowling as they tangle up down there in the corner, in behind the goal. Up the left side, Dooland. Little help from her friends there as they yelled feet. That's going to be chipped by everybody. Icing waved off. We're going to have a good old-fashioned foot race here. Wilkie around for Kelly. For McHenry, who whacked that free. Summers now inside her own zone. Heads up there. Bouncing puck. That'll get by Leslie. Harland will have to go back to collect here. The left side. Power. For McHenry on the right side. In behind the goal. 1:35 left to go here in the first period. Johnstone able to get it out. She takes a bump there from Power as Driscoll swoops back through the neutral zone to pick it up. She's going to try and gain some speed. Down the right side now. Driscoll had the puck whacked off her stick. Now it's picked up. Gauvin in over the blue line. Just inside before she had it taken away. Nearing the final minute of play here in the first period. Up the wall, held in. Puck's loose in the slot. Play continues. All the way back through the neutral zone. Final minute to play here in the first period. Partnered across for Walter. Walter will go back for Wilkie. Wilkie up the right side for Prince. Too far for her to reach. Back to the D. Wilkie looking to get the neutral zone break going here. That'll go off a skate and into the corner. Feltmate in the corner now. Battling away for it down there. Pulls it out front for Parsons. It's going to come all the way back to the point. Who's going to take it here? Still inside. Now it'll exit the zone. 17 seconds left to go on the left side. Beaton. She's going to try and wheel it through the neutral zone here. Heads up there. Gets around the first two defenders. Now the third. Had it poked off her stick there at the last minute. That's going to come all the way to the blue line and nod out. A shot coming late here and into the glove of Arbo. And with 1.1 second left, that next faceoff will pretty well end the period. Face off. down, and that will do it for the first 20 minutes here. 3 goals in the period, a 2-1 lead for the Capitals is where we stand after 20 minutes of play. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the second period here shortly. You're watching the 2025 Summerside Showcase here on High Button Sports. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside Credit Union Place here for second period action between the Greenfoot Capitals and the TNT Western Flames. 2-1 is your score. 20 minutes on the board. Puck is down. We are officially underway here now as Eason will fire that in. Puck's going to get all the way down onto Arbo, and it's going to hang on with a Capitals player right on the doorstep. So face-off is going to remain inside the Flame zone, just 20 seconds into the second period here. Puck's down. Go to the corner. Great job to protect the puck. Power. Stopped up. Ran out of real estate. Kelly now. Cross side of the left point for Harland. Harland there. Shot goes up and over the goal. That's going to go all the way back down to the Greenfoot zone. Wilkie runs a little bit of a screen there. About as much as you can do without getting a penalty. Outlet pass off a skate. Now it's going to get back in behind the Caps goal. Power. Now taken by Harlan. She'll move it up the left side for McHenry. Too far for her to reach. Kimball back. McHenry turning the afterburners on now. She'll get in there. She'll clog it up long enough for her teammates to get in for support. Prince. McHenry, smart job there. She jumped up on the boards right away. Now it's a shot towards Arbo. Put the rebound out into the high slot, but Doolin finds it. She centers. She'll get the puck back, trying to work her way through the neutral zone here as Driscoll runs into Bercier. As Folks and Jodry tie up, puck will get back towards the defensive blue line here of the Capitals. Now it's going to be worked just inside their own zone. Prince, real good puck movement here from this unit. Driscoll in over the line now. Tries to move it down for Jodry, who was heading to the back post to get herself set up now as they try and shove one in at the side of the goal. A couple quick one-touches there for the Caps, and all of a sudden they were on the attack. As back for it goes Walter. That'll just have enough for icing here as we'll head back down to the Flames end zone. Face off to the left side of Rylan Arbo. Held in by Payne. Off the wall, Kearney. Down deep. Comes out to the blue line. Doesn't quite come open. Now Cook will do the job. Looked off and just inside the Cap zone now as Harlan goes back for it, but that's going to be another icing here. Charge of the Flames, so they won't be able to change. So we'll go right back where we started this sequence here. So a quick conversation over at the Capitals bench. Obviously, we have no idea what for. Wish I did, though, and I'd let you know, but all that said, we're back to gameplay here as that shot was blocked. Harlan will have to go back here. Retreat to collect. Banked one off the wall for Parsons. Parsons through the middle of the ice for Jodry. Jodry dropped it there. Beaten now. She's going to find a lane there, but had it poked off the stick there by Johnstone. Good defensive play. Pulled inside the zone. Jodry, nice little drag move, but it's Johnstone who strips of the puck. Through the middle of the ice, tipped off the stick there as Nelson's going to get in on the chase. Nelson. Wilkie. Up the left side, off the skate. That'll come all the way to the blue line. Back to the defense. Wilkie spins off the forechecker. She'll fire it off the wall out into the neutral zone. Smith looking for it. She'll poke it free. Now she's going to head in on the chase. But it's Payne. Works it around the far zone. Back to the point. Shot coming. That one goes wide. Out to the point. Now that'll exit the zone here. Through the middle. It's going to get by everybody. It's picked up now towards the goal on Oliveira, and she will take no time, and she's going to cover it up. Face off down here. Kelly looking to poke it free. Towards the goal. Tip there. No one can find it. It goes into the corner. Go to the blue line. Not out though. Hooked in behind the goal. Leslie on it. Into the feet of Power. Good push back here from the Flames. McHenry now. She's going to try and hit the afterburner. She's pinched off on the wall. Tries to go across for Leslie, but it was off the stick of Doolin, who's going to get in there on the forecheck. Leslie spins off the forechecker, but she's pinned up against the wall now. Outlet pass for McHenry, trying to chip it free. Good pinch there from the Flames, but now the Caps will exit the zone. Head of steam down the left side. 2-on-1 forming on the left. Shot there. And that's going to be smothered up by Arbo. As Kelly got in behind. Straight line hockey. A face off to the right side of Arbo now. Held in, Driscoll for a moment. Now it'll get out into the neutral zone area. Payne, a couple quick shoulder checks before she got to the puck, and that's always a little bit more helpful when you're trying to find your options. Payne, once again, gets away from the first forechecker. Up the right side for Prince. Had it bounce off her stick, but Driscoll through in support. 3-on-1 now for the Caps. Driscoll, right side, she shoots there, and that one goes high and wide. The puck will stay in the zone, though, however. Driscoll pokes it free. Off the glass and to the point. Harland holds the line. Driscoll will head for a change. Kimball with it. Fires it up the left side. That'll get by Polches, and that'll bounce all the way down the ice. That might get on net, though. And no, it will not. So that'll be a icing here with 14 minutes even left to go here in the second period. Another D-zone face-off here for the Flames. It'll be Johnstone and Kearney. Right off the draw, beaten, second crack at it there, and Arbo once again up to the task. With 13:55. Make sure the placements are all fine on the draw here. Worked in behind the goal. Wilkie across ice for Kearney. Kearney now, she's going to storm in. Shot there, that was a save made by Arbo, and the puck was there for a moment. Couple extra pushes and shoves in there. We'll switch sides here for this face-off. The next two teams in the arena now getting warmed up. Back to the point. Shot towards the goal. That goes well wide. Into the corner it goes. Tip down deep. O'Dane couldn't hang on. It's going to Going to be lofted out through the neutral zone. That's going to go down the ice, but it's not going to have enough for icing as Wilkie back to collect here for the Capitals. She'll move it up the left side. That's going to be too far to reach. So that's going to be an icing charge here to the Capitals. So 4 or 5 icings here to start this period. Face-off won by the Flames. O'Dane now looking for a lane. So he's able to get the puck out as that's going to be pushed back for Gauvin. That goes through her stick. Asbridge on the forecheck. Worked around to the far side. Feltmate looking to meet it there, but it's Dowling who gets there first. Into the corner now. Cycled down low. O'Dane looking to work out of the corner. Feltmate on her. O'Dane drag move. Couldn't get around Eason. To the point. Held in. Quick footwork there at the defensive blue line. Off the glass. Leslie was able to hold it for a moment, but it's pushed back out into the neutral zone as Marley Payne's going to head back the other way. Payne walks in. Shot there. She fanned on it, but the Knuckler, as a goaltender, when you're expecting that shot to come in, it's like a change-up in baseball. You get yourself set for that shot, and all of a sudden it takes an extra second to get there. Kind of throws you off a little bit. So she kind of overslid, but was able to make the save. So face off to the left side now of our boat. Worked up to the blue line. Kept in deep. Now is it's going to switch sides. To the point. Kelly. Work outside into the neutral zone. Through the middle. Off McHenry. Power come flying in there. She was able to get the puck inside the zone. Leslie went for the body, it kind of seemed like, and just eased off there at the last second as Johnstone works it back to the D. Fired cross ice onto Polchi's stick. Bounced off her stick like a tennis ball. And back the other way, McHenry. She's going to chip it to herself with it on the right side below the goal line. Stops up. Spins around. So working behind the goal. Still with it. Puck's loose in the slot. Driscoll looking for it. McHenry a whack at it. Still loose down there. McHenry will find the loose puck once again. Back up to the point. Harland turns. Fires it down low for McHenry. She tried to hit it on the 1T. Couldn't corral it long enough. Driscoll on the forecheck against Kimball. Driscoll's going to pull it out of the crowd. Looking for her options. She works around. Looking at Boursier. She's going to go back up top for Harland. Harland off Driscoll. Into the corner, they tie up. For the pass out front, Driscoll couldn't get herself opened up in time. Shot towards the goal, rebound loose, cleared out of the harm's way. Back to the point, Wilkie, another shot there. In behind Arbo, weird bounce off the end wall. And she's just going to smother that and hang on here. Not going to take any chances. So we'll have a face-off. Down inside the Flame zone once again here. Team's ready to go now. Face-off won cleanly here by the Flames. Smith. Spin around. Wilkie. Held the line. It got lodged up in her gear, but she's able to keep it inside the offensive zone. Jodry had it poked off her stick. Now as Summers comes through with speed. Summers in over the blue line. Tried to drag it and shoot, and it was off the stick of Harland. Summers now. Driscoll. She'll poke that free. In a foot race here, Gauvin gets there first, and she'll clear it out of harm's way. Harland. Up the right side for Prince. Prince tried to slide it into the middle for some recruits, but it was picked off. Now is Dooland. In the zone. Now Dowling. Sorry, that's Parsons. She took a bump there from Dooland. Dooland reaching for that puck, but it's Walter coming through. All kinds of chaos here through the neutral zone. Parsons down the right side. She tries to make a move. Had it poked off her stick. Now is Dooland. She's going to fire that the length of the ice. Foot race back there, but it's going to be an icing call charged here to the Flames. Back down to the left side of Arbo we go. 9:42 left to go here in the second. 2-1 lead here for the Caps remains. Back to the partner. Down low. Parsons into the high slot there for Kearney. Kearney drags deep. Moves it back up to the point. That'll come outside the line though. And now Leslie will pick it up on the regroup. They'll send it back in deep. And behind the goal it goes. Back up to the left point. Pinching down. Holds the line. Flames picking up possession. Looking for Dooland. Had it roll under her stick. She's going to head for a change now as Jodry enters the zone here for the Capitals. Centering pass. Nobody home. It's now Gauvin looking for it, but it's Kearney who comes away with it. She takes a bump. Puck stays underneath. Harlan pokes that free. Parsons now will pull it out. Asbridge. Back through the neutral zone is Payne. Worked it back up the strong side. Lawrence in there as well as Nelson. Harlan able to find the loose puck though. She rims it around the far side. Chip through the middle. Nice feed there for O'Dane. She's got Asbridge with her. O'Dane. Great back check there from Easton, but O'Dane's just going to drive the hoop there as she tried the power move to the front of the goal. Wasn't able to come away with the goal that time as the Caps will maintain possession here. That pass all the way across ice. So to the reach of Harland. That's going to be chipped back down inside the zone. Poked free. In behind the net now. Flames will collect. Centering pass. Nelson. She'll find it. She'll send that the length of the ice. That'll have enough for icing. As it's whistled down now. 7:45 here in the second period. Left on the time clock. Next game. Subway selects. And Down East Stars. That'll be immediately following this one. And then Wolves and Rockets will finish us off at 4 o'clock here. The puck down now on the left side of Arbo. Work towards the front of the goal. A little miscommunication there. But Power's able to come away with that puck. Kelly now is looking to get in on the forecheck. She tries to poke it free. Good defensive play there by the Flames. Now it's going to be picked up and back the other way. Nelson chips it outside the zone. She wants to make sure that gets outside as that's going to be pushed back down in the Flames' end. Icing waved off. Power in there on the forecheck. Still with it. Centering pass, trying to find McHenry there at the side of the door, and Kelly finds it. Back to the point. Back for Kelly. She works towards a goal. Shot there off a stick, off the glass, and in behind the goal. And now back the other way goes Folks. Folks tries to chip. Good pinch there. Step up from Walter. There's McHenry down there. She'll get in a foot race here. It's Boursier. Turned around. Transition play. Back the other way now. Prince. As Summers goes back for it as we approach the 6.5 minute mark. In the far corner. Chipped up off the glass. That one will bounce over the stick of everybody and get out into the neutral zone and all the way down into the Capitals territory. Johnstone couldn't hang on long enough to make a play, but the puck is pushed back far side. Back down inside the Capital zone. Leslie. Up the right side for Jodry. Into the middle of the ice for Driscoll. Shot there towards. That one gets deflected wide. Poked free now. Flames trying to go back the other way. Cook over to Polchis. Polchis fires one, and Oliveira the save. Been a while since she's been tested, but she'll stay sharp here. Face off in the Capital zone. Taken by the Flames off the side of the goal. Kearney back the other way. Parsons trying to stay on side. Successful in doing so there. Boursier back for it. Kearney took that one up near the face area. Still tangled up there behind the goal. Referee's just going to keep telling them to move it here. Chipped outside the zone now. That'll get all the way out past the red line. Walter, last one back. Eason on her. Moved it up the strong side where Nelson was standing. Through the middle of the ice. Parsons wanted that pass. Beaton wasn't able to get it to her as fast as she would have liked. It's going to be banked off the wall. Through the middle of the ice. They'll cross it across. Leslie's going to go back for it. Icing waved off. She tried to take the long route. In behind the goal. 4 minutes left to go here in the second, and we're going to have a penalty here, and it's going to go against the Caps. And it's going to be body contact here to number 10, Sadie Walter. So power play opportunity here for the Flames and a big one. Big moment of this game, trailing by 1. 4 minutes left to go. And they're going to come away with that puck off the face-off, but it's Asbridge who's going to come away with it, and she's going to fire that the length of the ice. Gauvin back for it. Now they're going to get the breakout underway here now. Up ice, nice move, in over the line now. Still with it. Ireland trying to pull that puck away, but it's Doolin now, swinging in for support. She'll work around the goal, around to the hash marks. Tries to make a move, couldn't hang on. So that's going to be a clear here for the Caps. Asbridge, she makes a move, shot there, blocker save. Doolin. Fired across ice. I think she thought her teammate was over there, but O'Dan right off the bench. Nice move. Gets around the first defender. Now she's just going to fire it down deep. Arbo will leave it there for Gauvin. Halfway through the power play now. Cross ice pass. Feltmate. Cross for Gauvin. Gauvin. And they're going to get caught on the offside at the bench there. Such a weird setup for that bench down there. The door on the insides of the blue line, which makes total sense, but the benches kind of leak inside the offensive zone, so a lot of the time when you jump over the wall, those next players up kind of sit right there, so they became a victim of the old door location there on that one. Polchis fires it back for Boursier. Cross for Kimball. Kimball up the right side for Cook. Cook entering the zone. She's got Folks with her. Polchis coming in late, turns it back, trying to get set up. Kimball, shot there, tipped in, that goes wide. Polchis in front, off the player, on the goal line. I don't know how that stayed out, but it does. As Cook was right there, Oliveira now squirming in the crease, puck still loose, just pure chaos here in the high slot. And now the Flames will have the puck come outside the line, and they're going to try and re-enter here. Back to Boursier. Have to go take a look at that one after the end of the period. As you could see the puck right on the goal line there, no one really near as the penalty expired now. Walter back to the bench. And Kearney will join the play. Pinned up on the half wall now. 1:55 left to go here. Now the whistle's going to go. Referee had seen enough. So I'm getting the word up top from my camera crew here, the production crew, that the defender slid in to the crease area and kept that puck out of the net there. And what would have been and looked like it was going to be a sure tie game. But I'm going to have a quick look at that myself Just remember, folks, if you're watching on YouTube, you can rewind during the play. Kind of, I don't know how to word it, maybe a lower grade replays, I suppose. Working in behind the goal now after the penalty kill. The Caps trying to get back to work here. Down low for Kearney. Trying to center. Smith heads up. McHenry jumped in her lane. Power in to help. She whacks that deep. Taking away the lane on the wall now. Smith trying to find it. Nelson got by her. Payne fires one head high. Harbo didn't see it till the very last second. Luckily for her, the puck had gone wide. It's going to be a stretch pass. Bank pass back the other way. Nelson in a foot race here. Wilkie back for it. Icing waved off. They're going to move it up to Driscoll. Driscoll down the right side. Look at the speed on Summers. Driscoll's no slouch in the skating department. She got her stick tangled. And she lost it, so she's going to be caught down in behind the play here. So that'll give the Flames a few more seconds to get themselves situated on the breakout. Back across for Smith. Smith up the right side. Couldn't connect. Jodry spinning around. She'll go back up the strong side. Good edge work there from Jodry. Working into the middle. Had it poked off her stick. Folks now trying to find the loose puck. Chips it. Couldn't get it by, and it's going to be held inside the zone by Walter. Prince tying up. Jodry pokes it free. 10 seconds left to go. Chance for maybe one last try here. Walter, right side. You can hear her yelling, shoot, as Leslie kind of ran out of real estate there. Driscoll trying to find the loose puck. Puck comes loose once again. Walter was poked free, and Nelson was off to the races. But that's going to do it here for 40 minutes of play. A 2-1 lead. No goals in the period. Couple close calls, but that's where we'll stand. 2-1 lead here for the Greenfoot Capitals. We'll head to the intermission. We'll be back with third period action. You're watching the 2025 Summerside Showcase here from Credit Union Place. We'll be back with the third when we return. And we are back. Third period action here from the Credit Union Place, home of the Summerside Western Capitals. A 2-1 lead here for the Capitals. It was somebody lost the butt end of their stick there on the old stick banging on the boards. Puck is down and we are underway. Shot there, Arbo the save. Nice save made early on here in the period. Whacking at it there. They thought that one was in. The Flames able to keep it out of the net. Through the middle of the ice. Swiped at there, but she couldn't reach it. Through the middle now. Jodry all alone. 1-on-3. Down the left side. She stops. Drops it for Driscoll. Couldn't get it, but Driscoll somehow gets it back. Turns. Fires. Save. Rebound. Another save, Arbo. Jodry didn't quite get what she wanted on the shot. And that one's going to stay out of the net. So the faceoff's going to come to the left side of Arbo. Worked into the corner. Asbridge trying to center. Off the stick there of Folks. Summers around. Smith. Dooland. Got it up to the blue line. And that's going to be chipped inside the zone. That one's going to be icing. So we'll go back down into the Flame zone. Face off now, push to the right side. Smith turns and fires it back up the strong side wall here. Back down deep. Smith once again, she'll switch sides this time. Asbridge cycles it deep. Dowling on the loose puck, in behind the goal. Looking to center, she's gonna move it up top for Leslie. Leslie picks it up on the backhand, works to the middle, shot towards the goal, that was tipped. Didn't quite make its way to the front of the net. Walter. Shot there, looking for a deflection at the side. Centering pass there, that gets by everybody and back out to the point. Leslie chipped down deep. Into the corner, out front there, whacked at, and that's going to go wide into the corner. Looked around, Asbridge. Couldn't get it to the front of the net. Leslie once again cycles it deep, that'll get by Asbridge. Dowling on it. She takes a bump. Govan just kind of easing her body into the numbers there. Up into the face area of Dooland. Kelly battling. Comes to the blue line, not out. Work down. Walter centers. Power couldn't get there. Dooland got there first. McHenry now chips it by. Back to the point. Shot there, that was deflected. That goes off a stick and in behind the goal. Power. Spinning around. All the way up top. Cycles it down deep now. That'll get by McHenry. Smith on it. She's going to try and exit the zone. Power. Great job there. Shot, and Arbo is going to glove that down. We'll have a face-off inside the Flame zone. We'll get the scoreboard situated here for you. It's been all caps here to start this third period. In behind the goal now, trying to shove one in at the side of the net. Kimball. I lied, that was not Kimball, that was Lawrence. Still in the corner, tangled up. Poking it free now. Switching sides. Power with it, tried to center. Now she will, it goes through the crease all the way back to the point. Harlan couldn't pull the trigger. The left corner. Flames looking for the exit here. Over off Easton and all the way down into the cap zone here. Harlan going back for it, but it's going to be whistled on the icing. So we'll head back down here into the Flame zone. Face off down now. Back to the point. Wilkie holds the line off the draw. Back down low. Parsons. Spin move. Cuts to the middle. Turns. Shot there. Didn't quite make its way to the net. It was blocked along the way. Kearney now loops in the neutral zone. She'll fire across ice for Parsons. Parsons through the middle for Beaton. Beaton. And over the line. Taken down. Lawrence with the puck. Play continues. Held in at the wall. Kearney tangling up with Feltmate. It's now Beaton and Feltmate. They'll exchange some shoves. Puck still lodged up on the wall there. Now it's going to come free here. Boursier in behind her own net. Backhanded up the right side for Eason. Towards the goal. Kearney looking for it. Can't get it to go. Now it's going to be lofted the length of the ice, and we're going to have another icing call here. That one goes the length. 15-16 left to go here in the third period. Just the one goal lead here for the Caps. All three goals coming in the first period. The Flames struck first, and about 25 seconds later, the Caps tied it up and have since taken the lead. But the Flames just one shot away from tying it here. All the way up to the left side point. Leslie fires it back down deep. All the way around to the far side. Held in. Now it'll come out as the Caps regroup. They'll chip it back down inside the zone. Back up the strong side. Driscoll ran into Leslie as that puck will exit the zone. Up the left side now, trying to pass it across for Driscoll. Payne, spin around, dangerous, but it worked out this time. Cross ice pass, nice play. Jodry couldn't decide if she wanted to take it on the forehand or the backhand, so it bounces off her stick and gets inside the zone. Cook trying to get it up the strong side, but it's Leslie holding the line. It'll switch sides now. Polchis chipped it through the middle. Johnstone picks it up. Nice feed through the middle of the ice. And over the line, Cook fires a shot there. That one just goes wide. It's Payne now. She'll backhand that out into the neutral zone. Kimball tried to fire a saucer pass back the other way, but Asbridge knocks it down. She'll walk in 1-on-3. Shot there. Blockered away by Arbo. Up the left side. Out into the neutral zone. Caps regain possession. Banked off the wall. Asbridge chips it in deep. O'Dane and Dowling in on the forecheck, but it's Gauvin who has the puck. Flames looking to go the other way. They're going to get it inside the zone as Harlan goes back for it. Now Dowling chips it for Asbridge. Icing waved off. Asbridge got a piece of it. Worked in behind the goal. Back to the point. Shot coming from Harlan. Kind of fanned on it a little bit. Reaching for that puck, but it's going to be poked back out into the neutral zone now. Chipped off the wall. O'Dane picks it up off the bank. She's just going to get the red line. She's going to pump it in deep there. She'll head for a change. The right side, Summers. One touch it into the middle. Looking for Folks. Who wasn't able to corral it long enough to make a play. Now is Power with McHenry going to the net. Power, shot there. Arbo the save. The rebound's there. She gets a diving whack at it there. What a second effort from Sydney Power. But Arbo able to make the save. Another one blockered away. Power slow to get to her feet. She's going to head to the bench. So the puck held in once again. McHenry in on the forecheck. Folks on her. But it's Gauvin now with the puck. She'll use the glass up to the blue line and not out. Here's Gauvin. She's going to get the red line and get that in deep. That's what we talked about earlier in the game, taking that extra step to make sure that that puck gets in deep without putting your team on a defensive zone faceoff. Now through the middle. Nice pass. McHenry's got a couple to beat. In over the line, she chips it in at the end of her shift, and she's going to head for a change here as Kearney gets in on the forecheck. She'll come away with the puck. 12 minutes, 4 seconds left to go here. Back to the point, shot there, Arbo, the save. She had to be sharp and was. 11:56 left to go now in the final period. Face off now to the left of Arbo. Kearney wins it. Nelson came through and almost got the exit off the draw. Parsons will move it back to the point. Held in. Payne. Shot coming. Blocked along the way by Lawrence. She batted that down with her hand. Into the corner they battle. Holding the line still here. In behind is Beaton. Beaton for Kearney. Kearney works around the goal. All the way back up top for Harlan. Harlan back for Kearney. Kearney off the half wall. Couldn't find a lane. Back for Payne. Shot there. That hits the shin pad on the way. Beaton. Ties her player up as Payne takes a bump there from Nelson. That'll stay inside the zone. Cycled down deep. As the Caps will complete a change here. Eason, the goal scorer for the Flames. Trying to get that puck out of the zone. Around now, Jodry cycles it down deep for Prince. Trying to center, they do. Driscoll couldn't get untangled here as that's going to go down the ice. Doesn't look like it's going to have enough for icing, or will it with the fresh ice down there? Yes, it will. So Flames coach wanted a quick explanation as to how that was icing in her mind. She thought that the player either tried to get it or could have, but it remains an icing call here. So the face-off is won by the Flames, and they'll clear it around to the far side. Looking for the exit now. Eason saw it bounce, couldn't figure out where it went as it's going to be pushed back up the wall. Cross for Driscoll. Driscoll stops up, runs into her own teammate Walter. Driscoll fires it back. They're going to start the neutral zone breakout. Nice one touch there as Driscoll comes underneath from support with a ton of speed. Down the right side, tried to center. Couldn't get it off the stick. Tipped in front, Darbo makes the save. 10:05 left to go now as we approach the halfway mark of the period. Out front there, looking for a chance. And over the line, Asbridge. Shot towards the net. It's going to come out into the neutral zone. Johnstone trying to chip it in deep. And over the line now. Down deep, trying to center. Shot coming from a distance, Arbo the save. Trying to jam play at the side of the net there. Still loose, but it's the Flames who come away with it. And that's going to go all the way down the ice for icing. And so we'll flip it back down into the Flames' end. Puck is down now. Underneath 9 minutes to go. In the corner now, in behind the net. Into the corner. Peeled out of the crowd. Folks off the glass and out into the neutral zone area. Wilkie moves it across there for McHenry. McHenry now. Worked around the top of the circle. Drop pass back for Walter. Shot there, Arbo the save, and she will once again hang on here. The face-off will remain inside the zone. 2-1 lead remains here. Kearney off the draw, moves it back to the point for Walter. Towards the goal. Towards the middle now. Kearney's going to have some space. She walks down the left side. To the backhand, trying to spin around pass. Hung up there on the wall. Cycled down deep. Parsons got it all the way to the hash marks. Now she's going to get it back. Parsons walks into the slot. Couldn't get a shot off. Poked by. All the way out into the neutral zone now. Work down inside the zone. Leslie spin around. She'll get by Summers. Now Leslie will head down the ice. All alone. She's got a recruit coming in here in Parsons. In behind the goal. Looking for the trailer. All the way back up top for Driscoll, but that puck gets poked by her and out into the neutral zone. Caps will have to regroup. Leslie into the middle. Nice pass there to Driscoll. Driscoll. Prince back to Driscoll. Out front there was Prince. She waved at that one. Couldn't get it to go. Payne. Fires it down the right side. Jodry cycles it. Prince in for support. Now Jodry's going to try and find that loose puck, but it's Boursier. Driscoll thought about taking that pass at the end of the shift, but she ends up going for a change here, and that's going to be waved off. Here's Payne back for it. She'll rim it around the far side. Held in at the line, pulling it towards the goal. Back to the point, Smith. Backhands it back the other way. Eason into the goal, or into the end zone, sorry. Behind the goal, Payne surveying, looking for her options. She's going to keep, she'll carry. She'll fire that one in behind the goal. That'll give her team a chance to win a foot race. Dowling out front there, nice save made, Arbo. She hugged that post. And that was the only space available on the short side chance there. Is O'Dane. She'll work out of the corner. Shot towards the goal. Arbo stops it. Little whack from Asbridge on the way through. And that's going to be a stoppage in play here. 5:37 left to go. Puck is down. That one's going to get by everybody. And that's going to be another icing here charged to the Flames. So we'll head back down into their end zone here. So like I said earlier in the game, next matchup immediately following this one is going to be the Northern Subway Selects and the Down East Auto Stars. Face-off won by the Flames. Boursier almost had it poked off her stick. Kearney trying to go back door. Or sorry, that was O'Dane. Now Asbridge down deep. Worked towards the front of the net. Arbo kicked to the side. Worked around the zone. All the way around Asbridge. Down low, looking for the tip pass at the side of the goal. Dowling got a piece of it. And it just hits the side of the net. O'Dane cycles it in behind. Asbridge on it, cycles it. Couldn't get it by Johnstone, who was in perfect defensive positioning. Now she'll move it up the right side. Walter, off the wall. We're going to go back up the strong side once again here. Feltmate. He's going to fire that down inside the zone. Icing waved off as Doolan was in on the forecheck. Through the middle, O'Dane couldn't handle. Now Power coming through. Underneath 5 minutes to go here in this one. Dooland. Puck just not finding her stick right now. Power shot there. Oh, baby, upstairs, short side. Little bit of a tickle on the water bottle there, and that's going to extend the lead to 3-1. Little insurance there. Sydney Power showing off the quick release. Absolute snipe from her. As that'll give them the 2-goal lead now with 4:19 left to go. Back to center ice we go. Puck is down. Great shot there from Power. That goes in on any goaltender in the event, in my opinion. She had just enough space to put that puck there, and yeah, well, she made no mistake there. So still lots of time left here for these Flames. The Capitals trying to keep the Flames from igniting here. Keep that 2-goal lead intact, as that's not going to have enough for icing. Gauvin back for it. Saucer pass through the middle, right on the tape. Beautiful. Lawrence couldn't hang on long enough. Had it poked off her stick. Now Kearney back the other way. She's got Parsons coming in late. Kearney down the right side. Tried to fire one. Fanned on the attempt. In behind the goal. Parsons in to help out. 2-on-2 down low now, just in front of the Domino's sign. Still hung up down there. Now it's going to be pulled free. Out to the point. That'll be a giveaway. Wilkie shot there, tipped in front. Parsons got a stick on it, but it goes up and over the goal. Chipped off the wall there, and that's a hit down there, and that's going to be a penalty in any game. Parsons, I do believe. Jessica Parsons. 2 for body contact. A little bit of the danger area there, but it's going to be a 30-second timeout, Flames. And when we come back, they'll head to the power play. So we'll take a short break as well, and we'll have a 30-second timeout. Be back here in a few. All right, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, power play underway here for the Flames. Let's see if Coach drew something up here to get them back within striking distance here. Try and get themselves to strike while the flame is hot. Caps able to exit the zone here. Driscoll on the forecheck. Boursier comes away with it. She fires it across for Gauvin. Gauvin through the middle of the ice. Folks got a stick on it. That'll get rid of the icing here in the zone. Leslie fires one around. Couldn't get it out, but now it's going to be poked free by Driscoll. Up the left side, chip back down inside the zone. Wilkie back for it. 2:25 left to go. Sent the length of the ice. That's going to get down onto Arbo. Lawrence on the breakout. Left side, Flames stay on side. Dumped into the zone. Penalty here now. Just got to let the Caps touch it if I'm the Flames, and a little bit of a glitch in our system here, but it looks like we'll get her back. So 5-on-3 here for 57 seconds. And boy, oh boy, what a moment here for the Flames. Down by 2 with a 2-man advantage. Can't think of any more 2s. Third period. Well, we're in for quite the finish here, so we're going to switch sides here on the face-off. Face-off's down. Flames will collect. Checked up top. Goalie to the bench, or she was heading to the bench anyways, but O'Dane was heading back the other way. Sorry, Power was. As now Gauvin back in her own zone. Once they get possession here, watch for Arbo to head to the net. Just on the left of your screen here. And deep to the zone. 33 seconds left to go in the first penalty, and that one's going to be a souvenir. We'll see if our guys up here can race down and get that puck before one of the kids. You can just see it down there inside the glass. So 30 seconds left to go here in the Parsons penalty. The second penalty was Josie Leslie. And that hit the official. And let me tell you, that stings, folks. It'll hurt a lot more tomorrow, I'm sure. So Arbo to the bench. Extra attacker coming on in Folks. 15 seconds left to go in the Parsons penalty. Flames hold the line. Cross-ice pass. Shot on the way. Gauvin, shot off the side of the post. That puck had eyes, almost made its way into the back of the net. Boursier fires it across. 1 second left. 5-on-4 now. Shot there, Oliveira the save, and that's where it'll stay as we are officially in the final minute of play here in the third period. Flames trying to get one quickly here, and then they got to get right back to work. Less than a minute to play. It can be done, but it certainly is a lot tougher. The official just tough as nails down there right now. She absolutely wore that one, but she looks like she's ready to go here. Shout out to her. Not an easy job. It's a shot coming. Boursier fanned on it. Didn't quite make its way to the net. Johnstone now up the left side. Polchi's up to the point. Boursier partners it across for Kimball. Kimball back down low into the middle of the ice. One touch back, holds the line. Kimball looking for the seam pass. She goes cross ice. Shot there. Oliveira jumps to make the save off the shoulder. Now it's going to be collected here by the Caps. Turned, fired just through the feet of Kimball. Foot race here for it. Prince couldn't get there before Boursier. 27 seconds left to go. Partnered across. McHenry blew a tire in on the forecheck. Flames going to have some space through the neutral zone here. Johnstone in over the line. She'll carry. Drops it back. Nobody home for the Flames. It's going to be picked up here by the Caps. 14 seconds left to go in the penalty. Gauvin now just inside her own blue line. She'll carry it up ice. A little sneak attack from the bench there from Jodry. Shot towards the goal. That was kicked aside by Oliveira. And that will do it here as the Caps hang on for a 3-1 victory here over the Western Flames. And what was a back and forth battle the entire time. All three goals, first three goals in the first period, and the insurance marker came late in the third. And that's all she wrote for this one. We thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the support, and so do these girls. So we'll step aside here. We'll right back at you here in about 10 minutes' time for the Selects and Stars. I'll flip it over to Mr. Logan Carruthers for the next game. Once again, thank you very much. If you're driving, drive safe. If not, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you at the next one.